No. If I'm hanging out with a girl, it's like I'm at my best. Like, well, someone that like I'm into, like I'm at my best. Geena knows it's like the one time where you see me bust down and like clean my room is when I got a girl coming over. Like,
but it's like fake cleaning.
No, it's not.
Tell the girl to
not.
look at his closet. Everything's shoved in the closet.
That's
Okay,
why
it's
my
not
closet stays closed.
and he's like, yeah, it's like fake cleaning. It's like the facade, but like open a drawer. You know what I mean? That's what it is.
But it's like
so. Do girls like that? Is that like a new trend?
No. So girls definitely do like clean. They do.
Okay.
But it's like it all depends. Like if like how do I say this? Well, like I've had girls come over and it's like, oh shit, like I'm gonna be home barely like 30 minutes before they are. I'm rushing home and it's like, oh shit, I gotta get my room clean. Like I bust out the broom, all that.
No, you
like,
don't. You throw everything in the closet. Is what
and
you
then
do.
I bust out the broom because you got to sweep and mop. It is important to sweep, mop, like it is.
Yes, but you don't have time with 30 minutes. So
No,
there's
you
no
do.
way you sit here and tell me that you cleaned your room in 30 minutes. There's no way.
But they don't know that. That's the thing that they don't know.
Yeah, and then he sprays all this stuff. Like literally, probably go look at his closet right now, please.
No,
Can
my
we
room
take
is
the cameras
clean.
over there?
We can after. After we will take it. My room is pretty clean right now.
Okay.
It's not bad.
Okay.
But one thing, like I remember, like Geena saved me on this a few times because I remember.
And my boyfriend told me not to because you said he's never gonna learn. But go ahead and tell him what your nice aunt does.
So
that's not allowed to follow your spam account.
So this one girl that like I've been hanging out with, she drove up from LA. She actually met me at my friend's frat house. So that house made my room look a lot better, even though it wasn't at its best. I will admit that. But I'm driving home and like we're like exiting the freeway and I told her, I was like, oh yeah, I got to move some stuff around my room. Like give me like 5-10 minutes when we get there. Like you can just post up in the living room. I walk in my room and I'm like, oh, it's cleaner than when I left it. I was like, someone did this. And I was like, nah, Geena was looking out for me.
Because that's embarrassing. Like, dude, I'm okay. I went in his room and when he told me he was like 30 minutes away, I went in his room for something else. Tell me why there was still shit in the toilet.
No, you go in my room to snoop.
Like,
no, there wasn't.
No,
there wasn't.
There was.
Not.
I flushed the toilet and I was like, he does not. What if this girl comes in this bathroom and there's like, I am not.
I will admit I had like cans of Trulies and like stuff like that, but there wasn't like.
I'm not lying. Your toilet was not flushed.
No, it wasn't.
I'm not lying.
No, it wasn't.
Is that too much?
That is too much. You better watch it.
So when I saw that, but sorry, I'm real. You said you could.
Nah,
you said it was.
Up.
You said it was.
Didn't
he just say that we could talk about anything?
Everything's on the table. Everything's on the table.
Okay, and I'm not saying.
Hey, no, fuck this. We're getting ready to drop some bombs. Hey, I'm coming in hot. You fucked up now.
Oh, he's so upset right now. That's how you know it's the truth, okay? So
I was trying to like hype you up for like looking out for me. Nah, you dropping bombs.
No,
I'm coming back.
Because when I saw that, and there was a reason, I didn't mean to put you on blast right now. That when I saw that, I was like, shit. Welcome to the Geena the Latina Show. I am Geena. Make sure you follow us on Instagram and TikTok at the Geena the Latina Show. Okay, so this next episode is with my nephew. My nephew, his name is Steven Yuhas. He's 20 years old. He lives with me. He's a Gen Z. I'm an elder millennial. Every day I learn something new about Gen Z, and I thought that we should talk about it because there's a lot of differences. So today's episode, we've been thinking about doing it for a while because I think it's really important. I was hesitant to bring my nephew, Steven. He is a guest on the show today. Say hello.
Hello. It's a little weird to me.
We've never done, he's grown up around radio. He's grown up around sets. He's grown up around things. We've never done anything together. I've never even had you done even a fake interview.
I don't even like being on your social media half the time.
Yeah, you should be on my social media because that would give you some clout. But no, for some reason he thinks I'm not cool. But that's part of this episode, okay? So as you're 20 years old, and I'm not going to say my age, but, I'm an elder millennial. You're a Gen Z.
Sadly?
No, you don't like it?
I like being a Gen Z.
Okay.
I don't think I'd be able to survive in your guys' time.
And that's funny you say that because so Steven, he lives with me and my boyfriend here in our house. And as he's lived with us for the last, how long have you lived with us now?
I've actually been out here for a little over a year and a half.
A year and a half. I've gotten to really know Steven and know the Gen Z. And this episode isn't about bashing like Gen Z, millennial, old, because I'm not about that. I hate
It's
when
about
people
bashing me.
No, it's not about it's okay. Look, I'm not about like, oh, there's a lot of like myths like, oh, you guys don't work hard, you guys don't do these, you don't do that. And then you can say whatever about us, right? It's not about that. I think this is important because a lot of people in their homes, whether it's a parent to kid, people in the workplace, they're working together and there's a big age gap. And there's certain things that like Gen Z does that we just don't understand. And there's certain things that we do that you don't understand. So I think the point of this podcast is to like bridge the generational gap and also to get the answer to a lot of just random questions that we have about why we do things, right? And I think you'll learn a lot about us and we'll learn a lot about you. Now, whether or not that changes the relationships at work, at home, friends, whatever, I don't know. But I think we'll bring some understanding. And so what I had for Steven is I told him to come up with a list of questions that you have for millennials or people that are older than you. And I sure as hell have a lot of questions for you, okay? Let me just point out the differences, okay? So just pause. It's Geena the Latina. Okay, so what you need to do right now, if you're liking the content, is you need to like, subscribe, and comment because we want to keep this show going. We need to like mess with the algorithm a little bit. So if you like the show, help us out a little bit and make sure you follow us at TikTok and Instagram at the Geena the Latina Show. Okay, let's get back to it. Today alone, he comes up to my room at 9:30 and he's like, where is everybody at? Talking about like the crew, right? Because no one was here. I said, we're not shooting until 10:30. Like they're on their way. He's like, what? He thought they were shooting at 9:30. Okay. Now let's take a step back. I've sent him a very detailed email that shows the time he's supposed to show up, what time he's supposed to shoot, all these things. He was here yesterday. He knows what time we shot. We didn't change the times today or anything.
Well, I was woken up at 9.
Okay. But yeah, either way, in my opinion, Gen Z doesn't read emails. You guys can't, you refuse to, you don't communicate in emails. Sending an email might as well be like calling them on an old school telephone. Is that correct? Do you guys read emails?
I will admit, the only email that, like my personal email, like I don't really check it. I check my work email a lot.
Okay,
That's
so
like
if I would have emailed your work email, you would have known what time to show up today.
Well, I knew what time to show up. It's just like, I don't know. Like I skimmed through the email you sent me. I didn't fully read it.
And that's I think a big product of Gen Z. In my opinion, you guys are not very detail oriented because you're so like everything's so boring, everything's so quick. So you can't even take the time to read an email that honestly wasn't really that long. And
I did read it.
Okay, but how did you get the time wrong?
The time was at the very bottom. I know that. It was at the very bottom. I didn't double check it. I mean, I read through it once.
Okay, so in the case of a workplace, say you have like a Gen Z and a millennial, how are we going to fix this? Because say someone like me could be your boss.
Text me.
Okay, you're going to tell your boss to text you?
Yeah. What's wrong with my boss?
And this is where the problem, because, okay, so I believe in young talent, okay? So I hired some young talent, you and your friend, to do this video for this.
But I feel like email is more like sending mail almost at this point. like if you're emailing me something, yeah, it's on a more serious level. But if it's like
what time to show up to a video shoot for a podcast with a whole crew, that's not important.
It's like communicate. I strongly believe communication is everything.
Okay, but how is the email not a communication?
Email is more like snail mail. That's what they call it now. like just text me.
And and that's why we're bringing this up, because a lot of people, if you're older, you're thinking like, oh my God, this kid sounds ridiculous. However, I work with a lot of people who are like Steven's age at the radio station. And if you send them an email, guess what? It's probably not going to happen. It's better to, honestly, I think DM them or Snapchat them. Then they'll do it.
No, I keep all my like business and all that. I don't like DMs. Like, honestly.
Okay,
like,
so then what? How am I supposed to communicate with you?
Text me. Like, my direct number is my line.
So
I don't even use Snapchat anymore. Snapchat is like falling off.
So let me tell you though, if you text a business professional who's older.
Or call me.
No, but let me tell you, if on the other hand, if you text a business professional that's older, who is not like hip to what the young kids do, they're going to think you're very unprofessional.
No, but that leads to my question, because like, I don't want to call you guys the older generation, but you guys are the older generation.
Older than you.
Why are you guys against moving forward with technology?
What do you mean?
No, yesterday you had something that came up where it was like something with your background. You're like, I don't know how to do this. Like, you sound like grandpa almost. Where it's
what
like
do you mean?
You were just against like It was something with your wallpaper where you were trying to show Haley like the
Oh yeah, I
the
don't know
faith
how to do
thing.
that. Yeah, I know
Yeah,
how
and
to
you were
do that.
like, oh, I don't know how to do this. Or like even with your screen time, you just gave me your phone. You're like, here, you do this. You pull it up. It's
Well,
like, why don't you take the time to learn and do that? It's
also
the evolution of technology.
because I don't want to. Just like you don't want to.
Exactly.
Just like you don't want to read an email. It's the same thing. You are choosing not to read an email. I'm choosing not to learn how to change the wallpaper because I don't really think it's that important in that moment. I think that's what we've come to, right? So like, because you don't think it's important to read an email, right?
Yeah.
Older generation, it's very important and this is why I wanted to do this podcast, because you have to work with older people have to work with younger people. There needs to be some kind of connect, and that connect is failing right now. I will say that, right? So I luckily know certain people. Like I wasn't too worried about you showing up on time, but yeah, like Haley's here.
It's my house.
I text Haley. I did email her too though, and she read it. She's a little bit older than you.
You were worried about me showing up when it's
no, I was just giving that
house.
as an example. Okay, so that's one thing. I don't know if we've cleared anything, but at least if you're in the workplace or if it's your kid, you know. I think this comes back to is like you have to communicate to the person how they receive it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So me knowing that you're a Gen Z and that you don't respond to email, I should just text you the information, right? But you knowing that I'm a elder millennial, you should just say, you know what? Maybe I should check her email and read it a little.
I did read the email. I was
but
here
you missed
early.
the time.
I was here early.
But you missed the time.
I was here early.
You missed the time. My point is that I think you need to, I think in order to, okay, this is my solution for the workplace and all this with Gen Z. So we can move on to the next question is that.
Communicate through TikTok.
I can't. No, it's that you need to, if you want to function in the workplace, because let me tell you, you guys are not to the point where you're paying people's bills, okay? The elder generation is paying your bills still, right? We're paying you. Your bosses are, so you better learn how to communicate with them, right? But if they want you guys to perform well, they need to learn and show up to work. They need to learn how to communicate with you. So from now on, I guess I will text you, but you also read my emails.
Do you want me to email you?
No.
You text me, I'll email you. We'll swap places and see if we could live like that.
I'm okay with text, okay? But just be aware that not everyone functions like that. I have another. This is a pet peeve of mine, and it happened today. Oh my God. It annoys the shit out of me.
Oh, she's talking about my phone.
Okay. Why does Gen Z never charge their phone? All their phones are always dead all the time. And let me tell you, it's not like, I get it if you're dead at the end of the day because you're on the phone all the time, right? This morning, for example, I was charging my phone because I know, you know what? By the time I go on set, I want my phone fully charged. So I have about 30 minutes. It's at 70%, but to get it to 100% because that's how I am. This guy comes in. And Steven, I'm talking about real. He comes in, he unplugs my phone and plugs in his phone. And I'm like, yo, you just woke up. Why didn't you spend the night? Like, why didn't you just charge your phone before you went to sleep? And he's like, well, my phone has less than you. That's not my fault that your phone is not charged, right? But yet for some reason, and I'm always, not only you, my social media girl, Ange, she knows the shit out of me too with this. She knows that like, she'll say, well, mine's only 20%. It's not my fault that yours is only 20%. What is the thing with that?
Well, last night, I fell asleep on my phone, but I don't. Like, there's no explanation.
But you're not the only
for that.
one. You guys just don't. I think you, like, what is the psychology behind it?
Well, I feel like that's the thing. Like, you guys, like, kind of, like, hold technology really highly. And it's like, no, like your boyfriend, like, Adrian, he's like, if his phone isn't charged, he's like, oh my God, like he wouldn't know what to do.
He has backup chargers.
Yeah.
He has the whole thing.
It's like, if my phone dies, it's like, yeah, if it dies, it dies. Like, I'm not worried about it.
Kind of, except that you're pulling my phone off of to charge your phone just because you have less battery,
but
which
I
is
do
not
that
my
because
fault.
your charger is longer and it charges it faster.
I also feel like Gen Z just always has an excuse for everything. Like, just like this and that and that. So the charging thing, you guys just don't care that much to have you'll figure it out when it comes.
Like, I don't need my phone. Like, yeah, I'm on it, but I don't thrive. Like, I don't thrive off my phone. Like, I feel like I more enjoy, like, these conversations and stuff like that. Like, if my phone were to die right now, it's like, so what?
I don't know if I believe that, but okay.
You, on the other hand, no. If your phone died, you're like, you don't know what to do. You're
I would love it.
No,
I don't care.
No.
You're such a liar.
No,
he lies a lot.
No, because Adrian would be
blowing
blowing you up, and you're like, damn, like Adrian's calling me right now.
But I wouldn't care if my phone is dead. Actually, I would welcome it. I don't care that much.
I don't know about that one.
I don't think we're okay. You know what? Before we go into so it doesn't seem like I'm just we're not, I don't know if we're coming to much of a solution here, but I think if you're listening, you feel like there's definitely a disconnect, right?
A little bit.
Okay, so what's a question you have so we can go back and forth for us?
I have it in my notes.
Okay, so what's a question that you have for anyone older than you, I guess? You're 20. Okay.
So my like one big one is, why does the older generation despise us using technology? Such as like earlier, like when we were talking about screen time, and you're like, why is your screen time so high?
No. Let me tell you what happened earlier. He was proud to tell me that, oh my God, my screen time last week was down to only 9 hours a day.
No, it wasn't 9.
It was like 8 hours and 59 minutes. No, it was close to 9 hours. Okay. And he was proud of that.
But
and
I was sick
like,
all last week.
I was like, Steven, that is like 9. That's like what? That's almost half your day you're on your phone. That, like, look outside. The world's beautiful.
But everything flows through technology nowadays.
Yeah.
Everything does. There's a whole metaverse.
Okay.
There are rappers that aren't even real. They're artificial.
I know. I'm gonna be in the metaverse one day. But so let me tell you why. To answer your question, I think that we grew up without phones, right?
Oh yeah.
I grew up I had a pager in high school, right? Do you know what a pager is?
Yeah, it's like the thing that you clip.
You literally had a thing, and you could page someone like your number, and that means to call you when you got to an actual house phone. That sounds so ancient, right?
Like, I'll admit this.
Ancient.
I have a lot of respect for like the older generation, just because it's like going to like party to party, like, you know, or like going place to place. Like I'm calling up my friends on the way, like, oh, we're going here. If there were like a change in plans, or like a change in direction, like, no, we're not going to this party. Where are we going?
No,
do you just like leave your friends behind that are in another car? Or how do you communicate with them?
We didn't. We had to wait till like you get home to use the phone. Like, so either you were with the people you were with, and that was it, or you were meeting somewhere. But if you missed them, you missed them. We did have later. Okay, the pagers actually didn't come until like my high school, right?
Yeah.
So even before
you guys had bricks.
Yeah, we had no, I didn't even have those phones. So that was only for rich people, right? Like you didn't, I don't even remember having a phone in like college, really. I think maybe like towards the end, maybe towards after. So I guess so we got to experience life without phones, which, by the way, thank God I was not filmed in college. I was not like, there was a bunch of stuff that I feel bad for you guys. Like that all your life is documented.
Well, there are some things that like strictly live in my camera roll.
But maybe someone else might have it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
scary.
We didn't even, and we didn't have to worry about that. Like, I mean, I had some good damn times, and I'm glad that was not on film.
Well, it's scary because it's like 2 weeks ago, I went to a party, and my friend has a spam on his Instagram where he'll post like unfiltered stuff. It's obviously private.
Yeah, wait. Can we? Okay, after this, I'm gonna ask, why the heck do you guys have spam accounts? Okay, keep going.
So it was like a picture, like he posted a picture of me and like some friends, and it was just like one. I didn't know that picture was taken.
Yeah, exactly.
2, it was like, oh, like that picture's never getting out.
Yeah, no, it could get out though. That's what I'm saying. Is that like if we were to ever become famous and they do one of those specials and they have all this random footage, let me tell you, there's going to be a lot more footage on you guys than on us. Like there will be some, but like you guys live in a whole different time, and I don't envy you for that. But to answer your question about technology and why we're not. Look, I believe that we should evolve. I tell Grandpa, hey, at least learn the bare minimum.
Hey, Grandpa knows how to text now.
I know he knows. Don't let him. My dad, we call him Grandpa. His grandpa acts like he doesn't know how to text message. Oh, he knows how to text because he'll all of a sudden like read or whatever. But he likes to pretend like he doesn't know.
Well, you're able to tell the text difference now from Grandma and Grandpa, because Grandma will grab his phone and text sometimes. Grandpa, it's like you can still know like he doesn't know like the full ropes of texting.
Yeah, but he does it. But I guess to answer your question is that we see the world differently, and we know that like it is good to be disconnected. But the phone is also. I'm not here to say the phone is bad, because it's obviously. Like we don't have to meet up people. We don't have to do all these things. But I guess to answer your question, I do think that we do get a little lazy, and we just and I try to not feed into the like, oh, the music nowadays sucks, blah blah blah. No, it's just different than how. And
no,
then
the music nowadays does.
You think it suck? Oh.
I like I have like my genres of music. Like I like 50 Cent. He's one of my top artists. As a few months ago, like Morgan Wallen was big for me.
Yeah, because you were going through an emo phase.
I don't get like that whole emo phase. Like,
what do you mean you don't get it? You were living it
when
a month
I think
ago.
of emo, I think of like, oh, like long hair,
You were
like
emo.
almost like gothic almost.
Oh, you were emo.
I
He was
wasn't- I
emo for
wasn't
the
emo.
whole month of
I was
December.
not emo.
We would come home and he was like literally
They started
like
calling me emo
blasting,
Steve-O.
blasting Morgan Wallen country music all throughout the
Method-
house. We had to listen to it for a whole month straight. And I was like, can we not? We are not depressed. And then now all of a sudden, this is how you could tell your generation is very emotional, which is not a bad thing, but it's also different because we were kind of told not to show our emotions. And you guys are like, I can tell what emotion he is going through by what he's listening to on his phone. Right now, it's better. So now he's like back into hip hop. If he's in love, he listens to R&B. If he's depressed, he listens to country all day long. And why do you walk around the house with your phone on with the music? That's what I want to know. Why do you guys do that?
Why'd you guys walk around with boomboxes?
I don't.
No, you guys did.
I don't think I did around the house.
People
did. I?
You guys had Walkmans. Don't get jealous just because we have phones now.
Okay, that's a good point. I never thought about that. Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, back to this. Let's go back to this Instagram account.
Oh, you're talking about the spams.
Yeah, can we explain to maybe a parent that's listening right now that doesn't know what spam means and why you guys have these spam accounts? And so when you guys first got these, I was a little offended because I felt like my niece and nephew were trying to hide things from me. Like,
no,
you're
that's
not
exactly
cool
what it was.
if you're not. What?
Honestly, like that's exactly what it was.
To hide from me though?
No, so
explain what a spam account is.
So your spam account, like I have one. I'm not as active anymore just because it was more like high school. Like I'll post here and there, like little photo dumps and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But your spam account is basically like your closest friends, like people who like are like truly in your circle. Like I think mine has like 20 followers.
So it's a fake. It's a fake.
It's
Instagram
not a fake
account.
Instagram. It's a more intimate Instagram where you post like you don't hold anything back.
But they don't have their real name on there. They don't have their real phone. It's like an incognito.
I have my
one.
real name on mine.
Yeah, okay. And no one, if you're a parent, you're not on your kid's spam
No,
account.
Gina's you've requested my spam, and like I've seen it. It's been multiple times, and I've declined it.
That is so rude.
Like you are not getting in my spam. I'm sorry.
And that's the thing. So parents, just if you think that I've always said this, if you think you're following your kid on Instagram, that's not the real account. The place where they put some good shit is on their spam account.
Well,
and even me being the cool aunt, I'm not even allowed to follow you guys. Why? Like, what is going on in these spam accounts that's like I can't see?
Hold on.
You need some water?
It's got me choked
You
up.
need some water?
But like it's just like you're not holding anything back. Like my spam at least has like the descriptions is like long descriptions, like what I'm going through at the time.
And you don't want to tell me what you're going through?
Well, through my music, supposedly.
Okay.
But
supposedly with a D. Okay.
But no, like the spam is like just like those pictures where it's like, oh, like this is definitely not main worthy. And if anyone on my main Instagram's seen it, I'd probably get in trouble.
Okay.
Like,
so as a parent or as an aunt, you do feel a little offended when
no,
you're
yeah. Well, there's a reason why grandma's not allowed on my Instagram either.
He blocked my mom.
I did block my grandma. I blocked my grandma on Instagram.
Why?
Because I remember,
and not even on his spam account, on his actual one where it's supposed to be like okay for everyone to see.
She's blocked on my Instagram.
Yeah, why?
But because well, so grandma, like she's new to Instagram. She's like not fond with everything. She's not caught up with like slang.
Well, she's
like,
a grandma.
Cool.
She's
no,
60
yeah, I understand
some years old.
But I remember specifically, I posted this post and I put like song lyrics, and like within like 30 seconds, I get a like from grandma and then a comment. I look at the comment. It's like the comment says, "Steven, I don't approve of you using that language in the description." and I'm like, it's a song lyric. So right when I seen that, I deleted her comment.
Okay.
And then like I was like, cool. And I reposted on my story with like the song. I think it was like it was a YG song. YG doesn't make like age appropriate music.
Yeah.
But and then grandma's swiping up on my story too, like, Steven, you really listen to this music? Like, Steven, this is like this is bad music. Like, why are you putting up music that's dropping F-bombs and all that? And I'm like that was it for grandma.
So you blocked her.
I blocked her.
And how many years ago was this, Steven?
Grandma's been blocked on my Instagram for like about like 5-6 years. I don't think there's no coming.
No, she was really upset about it, but I think she's gotten over it. No, at this point.
I know that she's still on my Instagram because she runs grandpa's account.
Yeah.
So that's how she gets in. Because I remember I almost blocked grandpa's account. I almost blocked grandpa's Instagram account.
Why? So I think she just has learned to like not comment or.
Well,
say anything.
You even had that problem with her before too.
Well, it doesn't bother me as much.
Well, no, with her like commenting or like posting stuff because obviously grandpa's really entwined with you because she took over grandpa's account.
Yeah, because I forgot the password. I started my dad's account and then, that was the whole thing. Okay, so Should we go back to my question or your question? That was your question. Okay.
Yeah.
So this comes from a question from our director, Cliff.
Who?
Okay.
Oh,
Director Cliff
I
behind
know
the
this
scenes.
one.
He wants to know why. And I agree with him because me and my other friend had a whole conversation. Why does your generation wear dirty Air Force Ones?
I
Because
have a
that is
really good
like a
explanation for
sin
this.
from our generation. In our generation, we were told not to wear dirty shirts. Not even just Air Force Ones. That's a sin,
Yeah.
right? But like even dirty shoes, like you're not supposed to wear them. Now, did you know that your Converse, your Chucks are more valuable dirty now? Like I could
No, they're
sell
not.
my.
No, they're
they
not.
can. Yes, you
No,
can.
they're not.
Yes, you can. Okay, what? So why?
Well,
Why are none of your shoes clean?
one, I feel like the older generation kind of grew up in a time where it's like, oh, it's like, like things have to be neat, things have to be kept. Like, now there are different styles, like leaning art and stuff like that. I feel like
My boyfriend calls it lazy art. If you don't know, like frames now, the cool thing is to like lean it against the wall, not to actually have them up on the wall. My boyfriend says it's just lazy, and he says that that's like connected to the generation. I think it looks cool in some circumstances.
But it's like one, if you're so obsessed with my dirty Air Forces, do you want to buy me new ones? Like I don't have $100 to buy new Air Forces. I'll tell you that.
Okay, but you could clean your Air Forces though.
Yeah, but there comes a point where they're too far gone.
Yeah, but you don't even clean them to begin with.
I do for like the first week.
For the first week. So
like
I think it comes to like.
But no. Well, let me explain. I just
did
think
you buy your Air Forces or did someone else buy them for you?
I did not.
And that's
what
the problem is.
I get a new pair of Air Forces about once a year for Christmas from my mom.
Yes.
And this past Christmas, when she got me the new ones, I was wearing the old ones. The old ones were like,
oh, those are trash.
no, they were.
I literally told you, like, please put those new ones on.
Like I'd go hiking in those.
Yeah.
Like
a sin, another sin.
Well, I use my Air Forces for everything. It's kind of like I think of it like, I mean, I'm a car guy, so you have your daily. And then you have your race car. My race car are my Jordans. I don't wear my Jordans. Like I have like some dress shoes.
So there's
I don't
no
wear.
respect on the Air Force Ones, is what you're saying.
Air Force Ones are like our generation of like Chucks, Nikes, and stuff like that. Like for you guys.
Oh, that's a good answer.
It's like it's a new shoe where it's like,
whatever.
Oh, if you're going to a party, like, oh, wear my Air Forces because they're bound to get stepped on.
Okay, so those are like your Chucks, Converse, and what are like your prime ones that you keep clean and you wear?
Well, one, my basketball shoes. Dunks are a big shoe that's in right now.
Dunks.
Jordans go up and down. Yeezys were big for a minute. They kind of fell off.
So you would treat those are like top tier for you.
Oh yeah.
And then Air Force Ones are not.
Air Force Ones are like those are my everyday rockers.
Okay, and I think that's the difference. That I think we just got our answer. Like Air Force Ones to them are not what they were to us.
Yeah, but even then,
it's different.
But even then, I feel like you guys are more like you won't wear anything that's like not even a little dirty. Like even your shoes, you're like, no, like I'm not wearing those anymore. For us, it's like I feel like we don't need you call us bougie. I feel like you guys are bougie in this sense where it's like we don't feel the need to like, oh, like what am I gonna do? Wear brand new Air Forces? Why do I have to keep my shoes like clean to the T? Like I don't feel the need to impress anyone.
So that brings me to the next subject. You guys look like you're homeless all the time.
No, we don't.
You do.
No, we don't.
You do absolutely.
No, we don't.
Like sometimes, okay, look, okay, I kind of like love it, but I hate it at the same time. I respect that you guys don't care what you look like, but at the same time, like brush your hair. All right, hold up. This is like your 20-second Geena the Latina PSA. I need you to like, comment, subscribe below because we want to keep this show going. So if you're liking what you're hearing, please do us a favor and like, comment, subscribe below, and follow us on Instagram and TikTok at the Geena the Latina Show. That's the Geena the Latina Show. I don't know why I can't talk. Back to the show. You know what I mean? Like don't look like you smell. You know what I mean? All your guys' generations,
No.
Sometimes like you guys don't like put any effort into any of the way you look.
Well, it depends. Most of the time, it's like, oh, I'm just going to work.
I know. And that's what I'm talking about. So I'm just going to work. However, let me tell you, we work at iHeartMedia, right? Where there is.
And that's the glorious thing about radio is you don't need to dress up because you're behind a mic.
But there's still business professionals there. There's still regular people. So there is I'm not telling you guys to dress up because I hate dressing up. Look, I'm in sweats and a sweater. But sometimes like there's girls on our street team that walk around in crop tops in the office. I think that's a little inappropriate. You know what I mean? But I mean, it's what you guys do now.
Well, I feel like there's a difference for like girls and guys too, because it's like as a guy, like I'll go in there, but you'll never see me going in there like crazy. Like I'll be in sweats and like a hoodie, but it's like I'm not going to go out there wearing my pajamas. As much as I want to, I'm not going to go into work wearing my pajamas.
One time we had like a lot of clients in the studio and everything, and there was all the kids on the street team. They were straight wearing their pajama pants, okay? When clients in the office.
That wasn't me.
Yeah, because I told you better not wear your pajama pants, because I saw his coworkers do that the day before. I said, no, that's really inappropriate. At least put on some jeans. Like, I don't care. Like, you could still like look like this is fine. But like they were late, and it was only because they had to get there early and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what goes through their head that they think that this is okay?
So I have been at the station in pajamas before, but it's because I've no. Okay. Let me explain. I know what you're talking about. So there are events where it's like we have a meet time super early.
Okay, and I'm there super early.
Listen.
Okay,
so me, I know sometimes I tend to sleep through my alarms. Well, I used to. You know that very well.
Yeah.
So if we have an event super early, I'm saying, nah, screw that. I'm sleeping at the station. Okay. So the same green room I grew up sleeping in is the green room now I'm sleeping in if we have an early event.
But you can't change your clothes?
No, I bring a change of clothes. I don't know what was up with them. But like I had that's the only time I've been in the station and like my slippers and like my pajama pants is when we've had an early event and like, you know, like I'm just there at like 4 a.m. No one's there.
Do you guys brush your teeth?
I do.
Okay,
I do.
that's good. That's good.
I do brush my teeth.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is the thing though. Okay, so at the same time, I can sit here and sound like I'm bashing, but at the same time, I do give this generation credit for not caring what they look like. And I wish I grew up in that. Like I was talking.
No, hold on. You were gonna go to the club. You're like, oh, I'm getting dressed up. Oh, do these earrings, Brock? I'm like, I asked her. I was like, I'm gonna go in like my sweats and my hoodie.
And I said, no, you're not going with me in your sweats. Put on some jeans.
She made me put on like a jeans, a button up. I was
no,
like,
I didn't. Yes, you're such a liar. He's a liar. He comes up and he came dressed up or whatever. That's the whole thing. But let me go back to this generation. I do respect and love that, especially, and I paid attention to the girls. I don't know about the guys, but that you guys don't care about like what you look like. You don't care. Like you have so much confidence. Like this generation's like I grew up in an era where like there is no way I was wearing like a crop top unless I looked a certain way, whatever. And the girls now, they have confidence to do you. Like I look at them, I'm like, go girl. You know what I mean? And the guys said, I think that's all part of it where you guys don't really care what you look like.
But sometimes
like
I will say it's like sometimes the girls are a little out there. Like I'm not saying like people at work, but I'm just saying like my generation, like I've seen, like I've gone out and I've seen people like the girls, like, you know, they're dressed up, but it looks like, oh shit, like there's a whole like boob out. And it's like,
I don't know what?
Like there's a whole like boob out and there's like, I don't know.
What?
Like boob out. And I'm like, your generation doesn't dress like that. Like there's like a whole like boob out. Like
boob out.
Yeah. Like
I think we say boo out. Boo
no.
Oh,
like
boob out. There's
like,
a boob out?
Because there's outfits are so revealing and it's not your generation, it's like ours. So it's like
wait, like free the nipple type shit?
No, like their outfits are just so like revealing. Like the shorts are so short and like the, you know, the shirts are so short. And as a guy, it's like I've seen that and I've been like, nah, like I'm staying away from that.
So it's a little too much.
Sometimes it could be a little too much. Like I fuck with the confidence and all that, but it's like sometimes it's like that's just not cute.
Yeah. Well, one thing I noticed too about girls now, which I love again of this generation, is that they wear dresses to the club with like Converse, tennis shoes. Like we had to go through hell wearing heels. I hate heels. Like I hate heels, right?
Yeah.
They hurt. And you think back and it's so ridiculous. And this generation of girls, they don't wear heels to the club. Like if you wear heels to the club, that means you're probably old. Okay. And they all wear, and I will commend that. I tell them good for you. Like that is one thing that I am okay with. But I will say, so I was telling my friend the story that happened at New Year's Eve. We hosted a party at the Hard Rock. I don't go to the club all the time unless I'm forced to these days, okay? But for work or whatever. But we were hosting a club on New Year's Eve, right? And so I hadn't been out to a club on New Year's Eve in like a year because of the pandemic and whatever, right? So New Year's Eve in the past for us, you get dressed up. It's like you're even more dressed up than normal even, right? So me and my girlfriend showed up, whatever. And this little girl, she was probably like in her 20s. Maybe, I mean, I'm going to say she's 21 because 21 over, but barely, right? And she comes up to us and she says, oh my God, you guys are dressed so cute. Look at you. It was almost as if she was telling us like, look at you guys. You got all dressed up for a night out. Oh, how cute is that? It was very like she was trying to give us a compliment, but like she's wearing like jeans, Converse, and like totally dressed down on New Year's Eve.
Well, you were hyping up New Year's Eve to me, so like I went, like me and Ryan, like, well, we were working, but we went in more like suit attire.
Yeah.
Like I had my suit
Yeah,
jacket,
and
my
that's
slacks.
how it's been.
No.
Except have you
I
guys
showed
been?
up and I was like, I
Dude,
could have wore a hoodie and
Dude, there
jeans.
was girls in joggers. There was like, I mean, on New Year's Eve, I swear to God, I am not lying. There was like, we were by far the most overdressed people there. And I felt like I wasn't even dressed up as much as I should be,
I love
right?
that though. I love like going places and like being like the most dressed up because it's like not.
I'm
it's
telling
like,
that little girl thought it was so cute. She's like, oh, how cute. You guys look so cute
no,
with your
but it's
dresses.
like being young and like dressing up and like being in a suit and all that. Like I feel like it gives me power. Like I walk into places and be like, nah, I belong here.
Okay. Well, yeah. Sorry, I was
You're texting.
No, I
And
was.
you get mad at me for being on my phone.
I was reading a text, but it's recording everything I'm saying right now, so I can't read Cliff's text because it literally recorded the last 20 minutes.
Do girls like guys that are like dirtier the better?
Okay.
Do girls like dirtier the better?
So
like,
Cliff wants to know,
what do you mean dirtier?
like, because you guys do have a little like. It looks like you guys are a little dirtier. Yeah. Like, I don't know if you actually are, but it looks like it.
No.
So do girls like that?
Let me clarify. No. If I'm hanging out with a girl, it's like I'm at my best. Like, well, someone that like I'm into, like I'm at my best. Geena knows it's like the one time where you see me bust down and like clean my room is when I got a girl coming over. Like,
but it's like fake cleaning.
No, it's not.
Tell the girl to look at his closet. Everything's shoved in the closet. Okay, it's not and he's like, yeah, it's like fake cleaning. It's like the facade, but like open a drawer. You know what I mean? That's what it is.
But it's like
so. Do girls like that? Is that like a new trend?
No. So girls definitely do like clean. They do.
Okay.
But it's like it all depends. Like if like how do I say this? Well, like I've had girls come over and it's like, oh shit, like I'm gonna be home barely like 30 minutes before they are. I'm rushing home and it's like, oh shit, I gotta get my room clean. Like I bust out the broom, all that.
No, you don't. You throw everything in the closet.
And then I bust out the broom because you gotta sweep and mop. It is important to sweep, mop, like it is.
Yes, but you don't have time with 30 minutes. So
no,
there's no way you sit here and tell me that you cleaned your room in 30 minutes. There's no way.
But they don't know that. That's the thing that they don't know.
Yeah, and then he sprays all this stuff. Like literally, probably go look in his closet right now, please.
No,
Can
my
we
room
take
is
the cameras
clean.
over there?
We can after. After we will take it. My room is pretty clean right now.
Okay.
It's not bad.
Okay.
But one thing, like I remember, like Geena saved me on this a few times because I remember.
And my boyfriend told me not to because you said he's never gonna learn. But go ahead and tell him what your nice aunt does.
So
that's not allowed to follow your spam account.
So this one girl that like I've been hanging out with, she drove up from LA. She actually met me at my friend's frat house. So that house made my room look a lot better, even though it wasn't at its best. I will admit that. But I'm driving home and like we're like exiting the freeway and I told her, I was like, oh yeah, I got to move some stuff around my room. Like give me like 5-10 minutes when we get there. Like you could just post up in the living room. I walk in my room and I'm like, oh, it's cleaner than when I left it. I was like, someone did this. And I was like, nah, Geena was looking out for me.
Because that's embarrassing. Like, dude, I went in his room and when he told me he was like 30 minutes away, I went in his room for something else. Tell me why there was still shit in the toilet.
No, you go in my room to snoop.
Like,
no, there wasn't.
No,
there wasn't.
There was.
Not.
I flushed
there was
the
not.
toilet
There
and I
was
was
not.
like, he does not.
No,
what
wasn't.
if this girl comes in this bathroom and there's like, I am not.
I will admit I had like cans of Trulies and like stuff like that, but there wasn't like.
I'm not lying. Your toilet was not flushed.
No, it wasn't.
I'm not lying.
No, it wasn't.
Is that too much?
That is too much. You better watch it.
So when I saw that, but sorry, I'm real. You said you could.
Nah,
you said it was.
Up.
You said it was.
Didn't
he just say that we could talk about anything?
Everything's on the table. Everything's on the table.
Okay, and I'm not saying.
Hey, no, fuck this. We're getting ready to drop some bombs. Hey, I'm coming in hot. You fucked up now.
Oh, he's so upset right now. That's how you know it's the truth, okay? So
I was trying to like hype you up for like looking out for me. Nah, you dropping bombs.
No,
I'm coming back.
Because when I saw that, and there was a reason I didn't mean to put you on blast or not. That when I saw that, I was like, shit, like that's gonna be so embarrassing for him if he brings a girl over and it's this messy. So then I started cleaning up as much as I could do. In 30 minutes, I put on new sheets because your sheets were horrible.
No, they were. You're on a roll right now. You're just like, this is not running with it.
And then Adrian, my boyfriend, was like, why are you doing all that? Because if you leave it like that, that's the only way he's going to learn. I'm not lying. Why are you acting like I'm not? I swear I'm not lying.
All of a sudden, my room's about to be Junior's room.
What do you mean?
Like, if she came over, my room's like beyond like repair. I'm telling her like, oh no, this is my room and I'm going to Junior's room.
Wait, what? What do you mean?
Like, if if I don't have time and like she came over, like all of a sudden, like, nah, that's not my room. Like we're not going in that room. Like my room is Junior's room.
I'm so confused what
like-
you're saying. What I'm saying though, I'm sorry, maybe you said we could talk about whatever. That was the truth.
It is.
It was the truth. But I will say since then, I do think girls make guys better because since that girl has been around,
Now Geena knows it's like
his room has been cleaner and the toilet has been flushed, you know, so that's good.
No, Geena was telling me, she was like after she got off work one time, she's like, oh, like, you know, her name's Des. She was like, oh, Des has to come over so you could clean your room. And I was like, oh, no, don't worry. She's FaceTiming me like, my room's clean
I
right
said,
now.
can you have Des come over this weekend so that your room can be clean? Because that's the only way it's going to be clean. but so that's good. That's good. Okay, sorry. I didn't mean to embarrass you. You said everything else.
That's fucked up.
So what's a question? What's the question you want? What's the next question you wanted to ask?
I don't even know. Like my mind's still on like the bomb you just dropped. You just like dropped it, ran. Next question.
What? Did I do something so wrong? That wasn't true.
You're exposing me.
But that's how we talk on radio, okay?
It is.
To be a good radio person.
That story is never going out on the radio.
It's on the podcast. It's on the internet. It's better.
What's another question?
I feel like now go in on me. Like, go ahead.
This.
Let's go. I'm giving you
So
some.
like, you know, obviously like you're not like my parent, but you know, I look at you as a parent. You look at me as a son.
Just so you guys know, his dad, who passed away when he was 1,
yeah,
he is my brother. And me and his dad were really close. So I helped, you know, he just, you know, growing up, and now he lives with me.
But like, you know, we were obviously really close growing up, and then it was like
we're actually closer in age than a parent should be.
We are. But it was like growing up, it's like it was we were always close, and then it's like, oh shit, like Geena, I'm coming to San Diego. Like I don't like she was all for it, but I don't think she expected it and like expected how much work I'd be. So it's like now that I'm here, it's like, you know, we've had our struggles, our ups and downs. Communication is definitely key, and like we're on the same page with a lot of things. But one question is, as a parent, why do you guys like to other people, like other parents, you guys will like show off your kid, but when it comes to, like family members, it's like, nah, you guys are talking shit, like exposing the kids. You know what I'm talking about? Because it's like I almost feel like with your friends, it's like a competition where it's like,
oh, Steven's doing so good.
Steven's doing so good. Da, da, da. But the moment you get on the phone with like grandma and grandpa, it's like his room's not like you're letting him have it. Like the toilet's not flushed. Like no, you guys talk a lot more than like I thought you did.
What?
But it's like I feel like with family, it's like you guys are like bashing the kids, like letting it out, like venting. Like aunts and uncles are like your guys is like therapists.
Yeah.
And then when it comes to your friends, it's like, nah, like your kid's on a pedestal, like my kid's like the best, like that. Like I don't understand that. Like is it a competition amongst like other parents?
Just so you know, I don't try to tell them a lot about you because I wouldn't want you to do that about me. Am I upset sometimes?
No. But it's just like nature.
You know? But I do think other family members, that's the first thing. Well, I think for us, I think it's the Latino culture. The Latino culture wants everything to be perfect on the outside, but then they want like cheese man on the inside. Like,
no, yeah, because it's like,
blah, blah, blah.
Because we'll go out and like I'll meet some of her friends and they're like, oh, like you're the nephew, like you sound like such a sweet kid. And I'm like what lies was she telling you?
I will say though, it's not lies because
it's not.
You do act better outside than inside. Like
what do you
right,
mean?
like you're great at work. You're great to the friends. You're very respectful.
Home.
No, you're getting better. You're a work in progress at home. You are.
Shit.
But I mean, you did forget to take out the trash cans last week.
I was sick and it was raining.
Always an excuse.
It's a valid excuse.
But I will say we are proud of you. Me and Adrian are proud of you and all the work you've done. And we try to like have a home of communication and like talking to you. And I do think since you've lived in San Diego, you have made leaps. Like you have become a different person. And I always have to remind Adrian, like you're a work in progress. And we have to remind ourselves that because we want like almost perfection, right? Maybe because parents want their kids to be perfect and we shouldn't expect that, right? And so we have to remind ourselves, hey, he's human too. He's going to forget the trash can 4 weeks in a row, but 1 week he'll get it. Okay?
It wasn't 4 weeks in a row. It was not 4 weeks in a row.
But I guess to answer your question, I don't know. Maybe we're more honest with each other. You know? But I will say I don't try to do that. It's only when I'm very upset.
Just like just like when you're yelling at Adrian on the phone, you're like, I'm not yelling. This is just how I talk when I'm mad. I don't get that.
Well, because Latinas get really elevated, right? And
No, I
like,
can tell.
I don't feel like I'm yelling because when I'm yelling, it's more mean. When I'm vocalizing, I'm just loud.
Yeah.
Like loud.
Okay, I do have a like this is like a question on like the more personal like spectrum of things.
Okay.
So why do like I feel like you don't like why do like parents like it seems like the mom likes to connect with like whoever they're bringing over, like if I'm bringing over like a girl essentially, you like to connect with them, like talk with them, all that. Why does Adrian like to like I'm walking in, Adrian's like, oh, did you take your diarrhea medication? like why like as a dad, is that just like
He does do that.
No, he does.
He does do that.
'Cause-
He'd be
'cause-
like, Steven, did you take your diarrhea medication today? Don't forget to take your diarrhea medication.
Yeah, and it's like to everyone listening, I don't have diarrhea medication. I don't have that problem. But it's like Adrian will like I went to go take a shower and she was hanging out with Geena and Adrian. Like just when I left to go take a shower, I was like, fuck, like Adrian's about to say some shit.
Oh, and he was laying
Like-
it in.
like, he
he was
is.
like, I wish he was here. I can't remember the stuff he was saying, but he was just like, and the thing is like, had to keep telling her,
No,
like,
well-
he's joking. Cause Adrian doesn't say he's joking. He just like says it and then like
No,
leaves.
well, I walk back, like my hair's all wet, like I just got out of the shower and I'm like checking in, and the first thing Adrian says is like, "Oh, Steven, did you make sure you double flushed?" I was like, "What?" I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And then it clicked. It's like, oh, he's like Adrian's an actor around any girl I bring over.
An actor.
He is. He puts on a show. I'll admit that.
You know, maybe we'll do a podcast with him and ask him. I'm not sure why. I think he thinks it's funny. He's the
Yeah.
king of dad jokes, and Tim is
No,
like,
he is.
it's the way we love you,
He
okay? It's the way we love you. I'm trying to get like, who is this girl? How old are you? What are you doing? Why are you in my house? That's why
No, yeah.
like that. That's where I come from more.
Yeah.
But like, but yeah. Do you have any other questions?
Oh, this is a big one.
What?
This is a big one because I'll explain the backstory. So I went on a date like way before, and she has my location. As I'm on the date, I get a text from her that says, "Oh, so Coronado's your spot, huh?" Like she's checking my location as I'm taking this girl out. Like I'm like we're eating ice cream, and she's just like, "Oh, so like," because. And then I realized, like, we talked about
this was
it.
not the first girl he took to Coronado.
No, but that means
I've
that she's
noticed it
checking my
before.
location constantly. Like,
no, I'm not checking it constantly.
no,
Only when you go
that's
on
the
dates, I
question.
check
That's
it
the
to see.
question. How often do you check my location? Besides when I go to Mexico, because when I go to Mexico, it's like
Okay, I
it's a constant.
honestly don't check it unless like I can't get a hold of you. Something like, where is this kid at? Is he alive? Right? But when you do tell me you go on dates, I do check it because I'm interested to see where is he taking these girls on dates to, right? And I just noticed there was
do you
a
want me to give you
trend
the rundown
that
on,
for
like-
a little while his go to, and all guys have a go to spot. I am convinced of this. When they're first dating, they take girls to one location, different girls. Yours was Coronado. Let's
do you-
go for
do
a
you-
walk on the
do you-
beach because the car location was always on Coronado.
Do you want me to like tell you the rundown, like my spot?
Yeah, see, I'm
So-
right? You have a spot, right?
So, well, my favorite thing is like sushi. So
Okay.
like we'll go out to eat like sushi or Korean barbecue, like obviously something nicer.
So I
like,
must have not checked the location around that time.
No,
Okay.
no, yeah.
Okay.
And then like Coronado's like I love the beach. Chicks love the beach. And it's like there's an ice cream spot right at the Coronado Hotel. So it's like it's
So
more
you
intimate.
take them,
like
you park,
no,
you walk, and then
at
you go
night,
get ice cream.
At night it's like lit up. It's a good area too. So like we'll park, get ice cream, and then we'll like walk along the beach eating our ice cream. Like it's a
Yeah.
really like intimate moment, and it's like I don't know, like it's fun. Like I enjoy it. They
But so
enjoy
you've
it.
had that intimate moment with how many girls?
Oh, Coronado's a spot. I remember when we first moved into this house, it was like I was on a streak where it was like I wasn't like getting with every girl I brought over, but I was hanging out with a lot of chicks. Like you
Mhm.
know this. And I remember Grandma and Grandpa were coming over, and I had like this one girl that I was seeing at the time, and she was gonna come over. And Gina's I remember I got a text that said, "Grandma and Grandpa are coming this week. Don't make the house look like a brothel." And I was like, I seen that text and I was like, Geena, like you gotta chill.
Okay. First of all, way to expose me.
No, I'm dropping bombs too.
Okay,
I'm
look,
telling
I'm
you.
very honest. Anyone that knows me, I'm a very honest person. I don't think you weren't bringing in people like a brothel. I will say that. I was just
No,
making
it was
sure
more on the-
that let's not go that way. All right, we have a way. We can go this way or this way. We're not going that way with Grandma and Grandma. We're not going at all because Adrian would not have it. Right. So you weren't. He wasn't bringing. But
No, I was.
And I'm a little dramatic. I speak for a living. You know what I mean? So.
I mean,
But did you make it a brothel? No, right?
we're not. Adrian's
We got
gonna be,
cameras everywhere.
Shh, not in the backyard.
such a
That's as far as
liar.
we're going. That's
He's
as far as
such
we're
a
going.
liar.
No, well, can I tell a story?
Sure. What?
So
What? Oh God. What is he
no,
gonna tell right now?
well, I was telling them before, but obviously
you already
everything's.
telling them?
I told they know it.
Okay,
They know
what?
it. That's why they're laughing.
Oh
but
God, what?
so I
Oh,
remember.
which, by the way, Steven is over exaggerator.
No, okay.
Believe like
No,
if
I'm
he
not.
tells
No,
a
I'm not.
story,
No, I'm not.
it's probably
This
like
is real.
20%
This
true.
is real.
Okay, what?
But like, like I'm at that age where it's like we communicate a lot, and it's like I'll tell you if I'm having someone over, and like normally it's fine. You're like, make sure your room's clean.
And what else do I tell you?
Wrap it up.
You better not get no girl. You better not get no girl pregnant in my house. Is what I'm saying. Okay.
But so like when we first moved in here, it was like I was still like testing that limit, and it was like it was almost like I wasn't comfortable. Like, oh, I'm gonna have someone over.
Mhm.
So like this sounds so bad. It does.
Oh God.
But
What?
so like I remember you were at work all day, and I had this chick come over, but she Ubered here.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope Adrian's not listening. But I remember, like,
He
I mean,
probably already saw on the ring. He has like
no,
10 million
no,
cameras
I
around
guarantee
here.
you it was on the ring because I made her.
What did you make her do? Who is
so,
this girl?
So
what?
there's a driveway down here that like comes up.
You went to the old people's driveway?
No.
Our neighbors are like 95 years old.
So like I told her, I was like I was texting her I texted her like 4 or 5 times. I was like, do not walk up to the house. There are cameras. So I made her walk down the driveway, and she hopped the fence down there.
Okay.
So that's like it's a blind spot. Like I'm telling you, I planned it out. But the thing was, leaving, Chris pulled up.
My cousin?
Yeah, because he was doing like some maintenance on the house or something. And I remember it was like 007, like escape plan. But hopping the fence, I felt so bad because she was like, help me hop the fence. And I was like, nah, like I gotta go talk to my cousin Chris. Going over the fence, she ate shit. Like falling over the fence.
That could be, oh my God, huh? And then what?
Because like she sends me a picture like it's all scratches. I'm like,
why didn't you just
fuck.
let her go through the front door?
Because you guys didn't know she was here. So like it was at that time where it was like I'm not like I wasn't as comfortable like asking you guys like, oh, I'm gonna have a girl over. Like now it's like I don't care.
Who is that girl?
We don't I don't talk to her anymore.
I wonder why.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming clean.
It was.
This was a good chat. Is there anything last things you'd like to say to the elder millennial aunt or anyone listening right now about your generation? Because I think for me, this is it's about learning each other and just this conversation. Maybe we didn't learn exactly. We don't have the answer, but we at least got into the head of 2 different generations and why people do things. And I think with anybody, that's in order to like communicate and stuff, we got to understand where people come from.
I feel like there's a starting point in everything. And one thing that like I've learned to live by, because like obviously like this is, you talk about spiritual, mental health stuff. So like I've evolved. I felt myself evolve a lot. But the number one thing is, no matter where you're at with other people, don't let it affect you. And your timing is everything. And your timing depends a lot on your communication with others and your communication with yourself. So that's the biggest thing moving forward is like me and Geena, like we used to butt heads and argue. I can't tell you the last time we've argued. Like, yeah, we bicker and like talk shit at each other a little bit here and there, but we don't argue. And I feel like a lot of that is just based off the communication.
Yeah.
There is that age gap. There is that, generational gap, but it's all on that communication, whether it's sadly through email, whether it's through text, whether it's through, voice, communication is key. It's everything. And I feel like moving forward, it's like we could help you and you could help us. And it's like we're learning things every day amongst each other, like, sitting here, like having this conversation. I've learned things about you. You've learned things about me.
Yeah.
And it's like, even though you're dropping bombs on me, like we're about to go to war.
Is a bomb a truth?
Bomb,
how is a truth the bomb?
We didn't there's so much more to talk about, but communication is key.
Yeah. And I do. And that's what I always tell you. And I try to tell other people, like, just talk to him, but also you need to be willing to talk because you open up to me, but you may not open up to my mom, your grandma, grandpa as much, right? Yeah. But also I think
when grandma's walking around the house, hallelujah, like I don't knock her religious beliefs, but like sometimes it's too much.
So that's what and
that's like sometimes I she's walking around, I feel like I'm about to be crucified. I kid you not. like grandma's on another level.
But I guess my point is if you're an elder generation, whatever. I think you should, if you want the younger generation to communicate with you, and that's what I've always tried, listen to them instead of like saying, oh, what you're doing is wrong. Oh, you guys are too on your phone. Oh, you're like, your music sucks, whatever. Listen and understand why. Because a lot of times I'll ask Steven, like, why? Like, yeah, I'll joke with him, like, why aren't you guys showering or whatever? But like,
I shower. No, do not say that. That is a lie.
Okay,
That is a lie.
Okay.
I
But,
am
like,
really clean.
I think it's part is listening and listening to understand and listening to, and even though I may not adapt the same qualities of your generation, at least I understand where you're come from, because your guys' generation, and we didn't talk about this, we're out of time, but like mental health in your generation and you guys learning all that, where you come from, I think that is so great that you guys are growing up in that, because with our generation, it was almost like faux pas to talk about.
Yeah.
And so we're learning from you. And I think that's something that our generation can learn from the younger generation, that it's okay to open up. It's okay to show feelings. It's okay. Like you guys have a lot of great qualities, but I also think we have a lot of great qualities that you guys could too, like working hard and showing up on time.
Well,
and
that's
things
like
that.
your that's like your generation. It's always like, oh, like back in my day, like my heyday, like you always tell me stories. It's like, nah, this isn't your day anymore. like chill, chill. It's my time.
And with that, we are going to end this podcast. Thank you for coming on. I mean, well, maybe we'll do a part 2 one day.
Do I get to drop my Instagram?
What? Oh yeah,
I'm trying to get some
What's your
clout.
Instagram? Plug it. Sorry. What?
My Instagram is Steve Shot That, and my phone number is I'm not dropping my phone number.
What do you want to do? Like, what would people? You just want followers, or like, what was the point of that?
Like reach out. Like if you have any questions of the younger generation, if you haven't,
so you'll answer older generations.
I will.
You will.
I'll
You'll be
communicate.
nice.
Like I said,
so
it's
like if a
communication.
mom is listening right now, she wants to know why her daughter, why her son does this, she can DM you and you'll answer it.
Yeah,
that's actually a great thing.
I'll play part-time therapist.
Okay, so what is it? What's your Instagram again?
My Instagram is Steve Shot That. STEVESHOTHAT. Yes.
Okay, and you'll answer.
I will.
That's a great service.
My DMs are always open. It might take a few business days, but they're open.
Bye. We're done.